So there's a MAGA politician out in California by the name of Chris Mathis. He's running for Congress, and he wants to be able to put on the ballot that he is a MAGA Republican. He was denied the right to do so, and so now he is sued twice for his right to identify as whatever he sees fit. He wants to be able to put on there MAGA Republican because he wants people to know exactly what he is. And he says that being denied that right goes against the First Amendment, goes against his freedom of speech and freedom of expression. He just wants people to know exactly who he is and be able to identify however he wants to politically. Yeah, take all the time you need with that one. Irony is completely lost on these people. But as I was reading the story, I got to thinking about things. I thought, for years now we've heard people saying, I want a third party. We need more than the two-party system. We need a third party. We need a fourth party. We need more options. And I will be the first one to agree with that and say, yeah, it would be nice to live in a world where we had more options than just Democrat and Republican. But what's going to end up happening here is we're going to be like the dog that chases the car and then one day catches it. And now what? Because if you think about it right now already, we really do have a third party. We have the Democrats, we have the Republicans, and we have MAGA. And MAGA has hijacked the Republican Party, and they're pretty much holding them hostage. So the Republican Party really doesn't even have a voice anymore because they have gave that voice up to Donald Trump, and he controls everything that they say and do and every decision they make. So the true Republicans that are sitting there, their hands are just tied. So the failed two-party system that everybody likes to talk about, one of those parties has been a complete failure, and they've been hijacked and overran by MAGA. And now you got people out there running for office saying, well, we want to be able to put on the ballot that we are MAGA. And as I was reading that story, I said, yep, that's what's going to happen next. That's where this thing is headed. Trump gets took off the ballot in Colorado. People like Vivek Ramaswamy says, I'm going to drop out of the race. Dude, you were never in it, okay? But I'm going to drop out of the race if they don't put him back now. And what's going to end up happening is they're going to start saying, well, screw it, we're just MAGA. And after years of wanting a third party, that's what we're going to end up with. We all thought that one day, if we got the third party, it would be a voice of reason. We always thought if we got the third party that it would be somebody in the middle that could appeal to the best of each side. But instead, what we're going to end up with is a new party that appeals to the absolute worst in people and goes against everything this country was ever founded upon. So, yeah, for everybody out there that says, well, it's a failed two-party system and we need a third party, we need more options. Well, look what we ended up with. That hope for a voice of reason, that hope for a party that could unite people and bring people together, I don't see it coming. I don't mean to be a pessimist. I really don't. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer here and bring everybody down. But here's the problem. How do you have a voice of reason in this world? How do you have a party that would be the voice of reason? Because let's just face up to it. Let's just own up to it here. Rage sells. Cruelty sells. The MAGA brand of politics, their number one policy is cruelty. Number two, somewhere there would be rage. It's up for debate on whether 2 is hate or 3. It's one of those. It's cruelty, hatred, and rage, and you can put those in any order you want to. But that's what they've cashed in on, and that's what they want to identify as. And again, the irony is completely lost on them. But our hope for a voice of reason, a third party that would rise up and be the better alternative, it just keeps slipping further and further away from us. And we're going to be like the dog that chased the car. We're going to fuck around and find out. One day we will wake up and everything that our founding fathers ever stood for and everything that our grandfathers ever fought for is going to be down the drain, and we're going to be in a totalitarian government looking around going, what the fuck happened? And I'm going to look over at the people that tried to go third party and tried to go for Jill Stein or tried to go for RFK Jr. or tried to go for the gas attendant at the Texaco. And I'm just going to be like, well, guys, there was a really serious threat headed straight our way and you didn't see it. Again, I know that this is not the most optimistic video I could have did, but that's where we're at. They want to identify as MAGAs. and they're mad that they're not allowed. I just want to identify as who I really am. It's bullshit that people would try to infringe upon that right. Yep, that's the world we live in.